A British robotics startup has just done something no one had done before. It convinced Bosch, one of the world's largest companies, to manufacture its humanoid robots at scale for the European market. And it was no symbolic handshake. It was preceded by a real test in a factory in Bühl, Germany, where the HMND 01 operated alone, without human supervision, handling 5 different sizes of boxes coming from multiple conveyor belts simultaneously. And it passed. In the next few minutes, you'll understand why this deal changes the European race for industrial robots and what is really at stake behind two giants betting everything on the same robot. Want to understand it all? Then stay till the end, I'll explain everything. But first, subscribe to the channel. That way you'll stay informed of the latest news in robotics. Humanoid, a robotics startup based in London, published an official statement that stopped the industry in its tracks. Not because it was just another partnership announcement, but because the partner's name was Bosch. The German company founded in 1886, a corporation with more than 429,000 employees present in dozens of countries, known for manufacturing everything from spark plugs to ultra-high-precision industrial systems. And that is exactly what happened. The agreement formalized on May 21, 2026 turns Bosch into Humanoid's contracted manufacturing partner for the European market. In other words, Bosch will produce the HMND 01 robots at industrial scale. But what makes this announcement truly surprising is not just the weight of the Bosch name, it is what came before it. In March 2026, just 2 months before the public announcement, Humanoid and Bosch conducted a joint test at Bosch's internal logistics facilities in Bühl, Germany. The goal seemed simple, but was very difficult in practice. Put the HMND 01 robot to work in an internal logistics operation, without predefined scripts, without a controlled environment, and without needing human help at all times. The task? Transfer boxes from conveyor belts to transport carts used inside factories. It sounds simple, but the test was not conducted with identical boxes or in ideal conditions. The robot had to handle 5 different sizes of boxes, with variations in base area, height, and weight. All of this coming from multiple belts simultaneously, in a dynamic environment. The kind of environment that changes minute by minute in a real logistics operation. The robot passed. It met all the targets. It demonstrated that the hardware works and that the software adapts to real industrial environments. That was exactly what Bosch needed to see. In the industrial sector, there is an enormous difference between testing an idea and closing a production contract. Most companies take years to take that step. Humanoid took 2 months. Under the agreement, Bosch will not just assemble the robot. The company will apply its own development methodology to the HMND 01 design, a structured approach to improving the product on 4 fronts simultaneously. Ease of mass manufacturing, durability over time, ease of maintenance, and cost viability. In practice, this means Bosch engineers will work alongside the humanoid team to redesign parts that work well in prototypes but would be expensive or difficult to produce at scale, replacing them with solutions that work equally well and can be manufactured by the thousands with consistency. To understand why this deal matters beyond the 2 names that signed it, it is necessary to step back and see what is happening in Europe. Europe has a structural problem that is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Populations are aging faster than new generations can replenish the workforce. In Germany, the industrial heart of Europe, the participation rate of workers in the 55 to 64 age bracket has hit recent records, but even that is not enough to cover the industrial demand projected for the next decade. The logistics sector, in particular, faces workforce deficits that no immigration policy or wage incentive seems to fully resolve. Companies like Bosch do not choose robotics partners out of technological curiosity. They choose because they need an answer to a pressure that is real, measurable, and growing. And Humanoid arrived with something that passed a field test. Bosch and Humanoid will also explore the use of Bosch's own components, such as actuators, sensors, and drives, in future versions of the robot. In other words, Bosch will not just be the manufacturer. It will also be a potential supplier of the robot's internal components. In addition, Humanoid already has another major European partner, Schaeffler, which signed a binding agreement to supply more than 50% of the robot's joint actuators through 2031. Bosch and Schaeffler, 2 German industrial giants, both supplying components for the same robot, both betting on Humanoid's growth. Humanoid was founded with the premise of moving faster than any Western competitor, and the data from recent months suggests that promise is being kept. In January 2026, the company completed successful proof-of-concept runs at both Siemens Electronics factory in Erlangen and Ford's Innovation Center in Cologne. The most impressive number, 30,000 non-binding pre-orders registered. These are not signed contracts, they are signals of purchase intent. The volume indicates that the market has already understood. Humanoid is already an established company and is advancing toward large-scale industrial production. And it has just brought Bosch, one of the world's greatest engineering companies, to its side to make it happen. However, manufacturing a few prototypes that work in a controlled test is one thing. Manufacturing robots by the thousands with consistent reliability at a cost that justifies the industrial investment, That is something completely different. And it is precisely in that transition from prototype to production that most robotics startups stumble. Does Humanoid have what it takes not to stumble? The answer begins with understanding how the HMND-01 works. Humanoid developed the HMND-01 in two distinct configurations. The bipedal version, with legs, is in development, with advanced locomotion tests underway. But the version operating today in Europe's factories, the one that completed Bosch's proof of concept and the tests at Siemens and Ford, is the wheeled version. The HMND-01 on wheels, as it is called in the sector, combines a wheeled mobile base, a torso with two high-precision arms, and a head equipped with visual sensors. The choice of wheels is not a limitation. It is a strategic decision. Industrial environments have flat surfaces, standardized corridors, and predictable workflows. For those conditions, wheels offer superior stability, more efficient travel speed, and lower maintenance costs than articulated legs. Humanoid is not trying to replicate human biology as a matter of principle. It is trying to solve industrial problems efficiently. Think of an orchestra conductor. He plays no instrument, but he coordinates dozens of musicians so they sound like one. Kinet IQ is the conductor of the HMND-01 and goes beyond that because it can coordinate entire fleets of robots at the same time. Kinet IQ is an artificial intelligence platform built on 4 layers that operate simultaneously at different speeds. The top layer, called the fleet agent, acts in seconds and functions as the manager of the entire facility. It connects to the factory's management systems, reads the operating procedures, and distributes tasks among the available robots, swapping units between workstations when necessary to maximize uptime. Just below, the second layer handles the individual reasoning of each robot. It uses a multimodal language model, capable of processing text, images, and sensor data simultaneously to break down general instructions into executable subtasks. What makes this different from a robot programmed with fixed rules is that this layer dynamically updates its plans based on what the robot is seeing. If a box is poorly positioned on the belt, the robot does not freeze. It recalculates and acts. The third layer is responsible for the immediate execution of physical tasks. It operates in fractions of a second and commands the target positions of the robot's hands and torso. To ensure fluid movement without those strange robotic pauses between one gesture and the next, Kinet IQ uses a technique called prefix conditioning. While the robot is still executing one movement, the system is already calculating the next. The fourth and most fundamental layer controls the robot's balance and stability in real time, at 50 cycles per second. It uses reinforcement learning, a method by which the system improves its performance through trial and error in simulation, to ensure the robot remains stable under any operating condition. And most interestingly, this layer works in both the wheeled and bipedal versions, because it was designed to adapt to different morphologies. Additionally, the company claims it can teach the robot a new behavior, starting from scratch, in simulation, and have it running on a physical robot in just 24 hours. Think about what that means in practice. A factory decides it wants to use the HMND-01 for a new task. Instead of waiting weeks for a scheduled software update, the robot can learn that behavior in a day. This does not just transform Humanoid's agility as a company, it transforms the product's value proposition for the industrial customer. The robot is not a tool with fixed functions, it is a platform that can be taught. This rapid training cycle is possible because Humanoid built its artificial intelligence architecture in a simulation environment called Isaac Sim by NVIDIA, a platform that recreates physical environments with high fidelity and allows testing behaviors without risk of damage to the hardware. With Isaac Jetson Thor, an NVIDIA processor developed specifically for humanoid robots, Humanoid transfers behaviors trained in simulation to the physical robot with a success rate that, according to the company, grows continuously. The partnership with Bosch comes in exactly here. Bosch will apply to the robot a methodology aimed at making it viable for large-scale industrial production, not just functional as a prototype. This involves redesigning parts for the assembly line, ensuring durability in prolonged use, facilitating maintenance when something fails, and cutting unnecessary costs that would make mass adoption impractical. But what can this robot already do? And what can it not yet do? That is what I am going to tell you now. At Ford's Innovation Center in Cologne, the HMND-01 operated with 2-arm manipulation on automobile body parts, thin metal sheets with sharp edges and irregular geometry. This is the kind of task that traditional automated systems fail at frequently, because any millimeter deviation in the part's position can generate errors. The robot finished the shift with a 97% autonomous success rate and reached 83 units per hour, 60% above the target set by Ford. At Siemens' electronics factory in Erlangen, the robot performed tray-to-belt transfer operations for more than 8 continuous hours, maintaining a success rate above 90% in autonomous pick-and-place operations. 8 hours of operation without human intervention is a milestone for robotics. However, the wheeled version of the robot, the one in the production phase, does not operate on stairs, uneven terrain, or outdoor environments. The bipedal version is still in advanced development, with locomotion tested internally, but not yet validated in the field with the same depth as the wheeled version. The autonomous success rate of 90% to 97% recorded in the tests is impressive for the current stage, but it leaves a margin of failure that, at industrial scale, needs to keep falling. In an operation that processes hundreds of items per hour, every percentage point of failure represents real errors with real costs. The company has not yet disclosed complete data on battery life in intensive continuous operation or on recharge times for sequential cycles. These are information gaps that matter for large-scale adoption. Humanoid does not promise perfection. CEO Artem Sokolov himself describes the current phase as a beta product mindset, meaning the robot is still being refined as it operates in the real world. That is an honest stance. But it also requires industrial customers to tolerate imperfections, and for Bosch, as a manufacturing partner, to help reduce them systematically. What will happen in the coming months, mass manufacturing, deployment in factories across Europe and the world, will be something unprecedented. And in the long term, it has the potential to completely redefine what we understand as industrial production. The future is promising. If robots like the HMND-01 begin operating in European factories by December 2026, and if the reliability numbers stay where they are, what should be the role of workers in those factories? Should automation complement human work or replace it entirely? And who should decide? Companies, governments, or the workers themselves? Leave your opinion in the comments. If the video was helpful, like it and subscribe to the channel to stay informed of the latest news in robotics. Until next time.